Productivity isn't just a concept, it's the difference between a toned physique or settling for a less healthy body, between acing exams or struggling with failure, and between earning 5-figure income or climbing to 6, 7, 8 or even beyond. The impact of productivity is part of every facet of our lives, making it essential for you to harness the best knowledge available. Enter Atomic Habits by James Clear, a 2018 bestseller that has resonated with over 20 million readers. Clear, a sought-after speaker and Fortune 500 companies, share insights that propel individuals and organizations ahead of the competition. If you don't want to miss out on these insights, then welcome back, Alex of ONI LIFE, your practical guide to self-improvement for those seeking a fulfilling life. In this episode, you'll learn how to 37x your annual productivity, how your habits shape your identity, and the 4 laws of creating good habits. Hearing this, you might be wondering where this 37x comes from. This number is the effect of small habits compounding over time. For example, if you can get just 1% better each day, you'll end up with results that's nearly 37 times better after 1 year. The habits seem to make little difference on any given day. However, if you look back in 3, 5, or perhaps 10 years later, the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones become even more obvious. Now, let's look at how your habits shape your identity. I'm sure you can relate. It's hard for healthy habits such as meditation, journaling, reading, and exercise to stick. Check out the other episodes. At the same time, unhealthy habits such as watching TV, eating junk food, procrastinating, browsing social media can be impossible to break. Changing our habit is challenging for 2 reasons. 1, we try to change the wrong things, and 2, we try to change our habits in the wrong way. To understand how we change the wrong things, you need to understand the 3 layers of behavioral change: outcome change, process change, and identity change. The first layer is changing your outcome. This level is about changing your results, losing weight, publishing a book, earning X amount of money. Most of the goals you set at this level change. The second layer is changing the process. This level is about changing your habits and systems, starting a new routine at the gym, decluttering your desk for better workflow, and developing a journaling practice. Most of the habits you build are at this level. The third layer is changing your identity. The level is about changing your beliefs, your worldviews, and your self-image, and your judgment about yourself and others. Most of the beliefs and assumptions and biases you hold are set at this level. The outcome is about what you get. Processes are about what you do. Identity is about what you believe. When it comes to creating a system of 1% improvements, it's not about which level is better or worse, but the direction of change. Many people try to change their habits by focusing on what they want to achieve, outcome-based habits. However, the alternative is to build identity-based habits, starting with who we wish to become. This is the most effective way of changing your habits, which leads to the desired outcome. Therefore, the goal is not to run a marathon, the goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to read a book, the goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to get married, the goal is to become a loving partner. The more deeply a thought or action is tied to your identity, the more difficult it is to change it. You can feel comfortable to believe that what your culture believes, a group identity, or to do what upholds your self-image, so personal identity, even if it's wrong. The biggest barrier to positive change at any level, individual, team, or society, is identity conflict. Good habits can make rational sense, but if they conflict with your identity, you will fail to put them into action. Therefore, to become the best version of yourself, it requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. Don't hold on to any of your beliefs too tightly. Your identity emerges from your habits. Every action serves as a vote for the person you aspire to be. For instance, my journey from a skinny 60-kilo teenager to a committed lifter with an extra 30 kilos of muscle over the last 15 years illustrates this transformation. From someone who has never touched a dumbbell to one who embodies the identity of a dedicated lifter, thanks to consistent habits. To sum it up, the 2-step process of changing your identity is: 1, decide the type of person you want to be, and 2, prove it to yourself with small wins. Deciding who you are as an individual, as a team, as a community, as a nation. What are your values, principles and morals? Who do you wish to become? I can't answer these questions for you at ONI LIFE, but provide the knowledge that can best guide you in making your own decisions in life. Therefore, make sure to give yourself enough time and space to decide the type of person who you want to become. Remember, your identity should be held lightly and in a state of constant evolution. All habits proceed through 4 stages in the same order: cue, craving, response, and reward. The first stage, cue, triggers the brain to initiate behaviour that predicts a reward. Our prehistoric ancestors were paying attention to cues that signalled the location of primary rewards like food, water, and sex. Nowadays, we spend most of the time learning cues that predict secondary rewards, such as money and fame, power and status, praise and approval, love and friendship, and a sense of personal satisfaction. These are the same as our 11 emotional drives mentioned in ONI LIFE episode 19. Cravings are the second step, and they are the motivational force behind every habit. We have no reason to act without some level of motivational desire. We crave the state it delivers. You do not crave smoking a cigarette, you crave the feeling of relief it provides. The thoughts, feelings, and emotions of the observer are what transforms a cue into a craving. The third step is response. The response is the actual habit you perform, which can take the form of a thought or an action. A habit can only occur when you are capable of doing it. If you want to bench press 2 plates, so 100 kg, but you haven't built up the strength and technique for it, then you're not going to be able to do it. You will fail. Finally, the 4 steps is rewards. Rewards are the end goal of every habit. The cue is about noticing the reward, the craving is about wanting the reward, and the response is about actually obtaining the reward. We chase rewards because they serve 2 purposes. 1, they satisfy us, and 2, they teach us. The 4-step process is not something that happens occasionally, but rather it's an endless feedback loop that is running and active during every moment you are alive. For example, a cue could be you hit a stumbling block on a project at work or school. The craving would be when you feel stuck and want to relieve this frustration. The response is you pull out your phone and check out social media. The reward is you satisfy your craving to feel relieved. Checking social media becomes associated with feeling stalled at work. You can think of each law as a lever that influences human behavior. When the lever are in the right position, creating good habits is effortless. When they are in the wrong position, it's nearly impossible. Time to delve into the 4 laws of creating good habits. The first law is making it obvious. Identify your current habits as a list of every action you carry out throughout the week. Then add a plus next to desirable habits, equals next to neutral habits, and minus next to undesirable habits. Make sure to relate them with the type of person you want to be in the long run. Use the implementation intentions: I will, behavior, at, time, in, location. Use habit stacking: after doing the current habit, I will, new habit. Design your environment. Make the cues of a good habit visible. For example, if you decide that you want to start an exercise habit, then visualize the kind of person you want to be in the long run. Decide whether you're aiming to become a bodybuilder, lots of muscle, or just healthy, so low body fat with some muscle. Next, you will need to implement your intentions. So I will do 30 sets of exercise after work from 20 o'clock at the local gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week. Lastly, design your environment. This might mean instead of working out at home, you decide to go to the gym. Or instead of training by yourself, decide to hire a personal trainer to motivate you. Make it as easy for you to keep that good habit going as possible. The second law is making it attractive. Use temptation bundling. Pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Join a culture where desired behavior is a normal behavior. Create a motivational ritual. Do something you enjoy immediately before a difficult habit. For your exercise habit, it can look like drinking your favorite pre-workout, then lifting some weights to your motivational music. While you have your catch up with your gym buddies between exercises, followed up by a high protein meal at your favourite local restaurant on your way back home. Third law is making it easy. Reduce friction, decrease the number of steps between you and your good habits. Prime the environment, prepare your environment to make your future actions easier. Master the decisive moment, optimize small choices that deliver outsized impact. Use the 2-minute rule, downscale the habit until they can be done in 2 minutes or less. Automate your habits, invest in technology and one-time purchases that locks you in for future behaviors. For the exercise habit, this can look like preparing the gym bag the night before, placing it by the doorway so you don't forget about it in the morning. Or whilst you're lifting, reminding yourself that the last 2 reps are going to give you the most outsized impact on your physical growth, so push yourself to the limit. The fourth law is making it satisfying. Use reinforcement. Give yourself an immediate reward when you complete your habit. Make doing something enjoyable. When avoiding a bad habit, design a way to see the benefits. Use a habit tracker. Keep track of your habit streaks and don't break the chain. Never miss twice. When you forget to do a habit, make sure you get back on track immediately. In terms of your exercise habits, you can reward yourself with a tasty protein shake after each workout, or spend time in the sauna so you can relax a bit. Watch your favourite TV show whilst doing cardio. Record your workouts and take regular posing photos or videos so you can appreciate the change over the long run. Finally, set a rule where you never miss 2 workouts in a row. Keep yourself on track. Just as the 4 laws of creating a good habit was shown through an exercise habit, the same rules can be applied to any other habits you wish to start, as well as reversing the rules for any habits you wish to remove or avoid. The holistic nature of atomic habits addresses both biological and psychological aspects of habit formation, ensuring it applies across various aspects of life. Whether you're aiming for personal growth, professional success, or both, Clear's methodology provides a roadmap for continual improvement. This is why I've included it in ONI LIFE. At ONI LIFE, we're committed to applying these principles to empower the individual in the journey to living their best lives. Let's start by deciding who we want to become, then providing it with small wins, and then continuously evolving our beliefs and habits. Join us in embracing these principles by subscribing to this channel. Share in the comments which habits you're starting or improving on, and which of Clear's laws you're focusing on to sustain them. In our next episode, we'll be exploring the flow state, an essential tool for maximizing productivity. Until then, here's to a profoundly productive week ahead. Peace out.